Hello, and you are now tuned into the only universe mode that matters. I am Christian.
And I'm Jesse, like usual.
And here we are.
We're here.
The time is now, Jesse.
You see the... Do they see the gold lights in the back?
They see it right over there.
Okay.
They can't really get the top.
Okay.
Small room,
Yeah.
Small room.
Yeah. But, this WrestleMania...
Finn Balor?
Yeah. Finn Balor is here. He's on the card. WrestleMania. It's finally here. The showcase of the Immortals. The final pay-per-view of Season 1.
Yes, man. It is going to be a great pay-per-view. We actually have the pay-per-view story behind us. We have yet to play it. Let's pray there's not a blue screen out here while we're talking.
Yeah,
Probably going to be a blue screen while we're playing,
that
but
would suck.
We're kind of used to this by now. So, guys, what we want to do for the pre-show is talk about all the matches that we got on the card, and also the storylines, how we got here, maybe who we're going to be if we get there, but honestly, I'm not too sure I know who I'm going to be until we click play, to be honest.
Same. Like, when the game loads up, and obviously WrestleMania, and as it goes on, as we were doing the, setting up the matches, the card for WrestleMania, I was like, yeah, I don't know who I'm going to be in some of the matches, but some guys in who I'm going to be right off top, like, I'm going to probably be Dolph Ziggler for the internet match to start off WrestleMania, but, like, once it gets into the part 2 and 3, like the more interesting title matches. I don't
even want to say who I'm gonna be because I don't want Jesse to start game playing it. That's part of it. That's part of it for me. Maybe I say it for some matches, but for some other, I might not say it at all. That's how I feel. But guys, so let's get right into it. This is the final episodes of this season. So, with that being said, Part 1, WrestleMania is in 3 parts. Part 1 dropping Saturday, July 18th. All going to be 2 p.m. Eastern? Yeah.
I believe so. 2
p.m. Eastern, premiering at 2 p.m. Eastern. So Jesse will be there for the Saturday-Sunday premiere. I will definitely be there for the Monday premiere. I may be able to try to tune in for the Saturday-Sunday ones, but I will be working. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to get there. Jesse will. He's luckily off. So he will be in the chat, sparking it up with you guys. I definitely advise you guys be there because it always is a great interaction. You guys get to talk amongst yourselves, amongst us. If you have any questions regarding next season, which we're going to be rolling right into, we're not going to really talk about it too much right now because we got a whole show to record. But
we'll leave that until the post show.
Post show and the next videos after that.
Exactly. Yeah. Until this WrestleMania is over, guys, we'll obviously focus on this WrestleMania. Come post show, we'll talk about season 2. What happened at WrestleMania, of course. The draft details, more season 2 details in the post show as well. And from there, we're going to shoot right into season 2. And hopefully by the end of season 2, the next 2K game comes out around this time next year. Or not this upcoming fall, but the following fall. But we can only wait and see what the production from 2K does for that game.
So with that being said, Part 1 dropping Saturday, July 18th, 2 p.m. Eastern premiering. Sunday, we get Part 2, July 19th, 2 p.m. Eastern premiering. Monday, I think I got it slated for 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. Eastern premiering as well. You guys can all check the community post I just did, or Jesse, they could press the notifications on. We'll get to that a little later. Guys, let's talk about the crazy show we got for you. We call WrestleMania. So with that being said, I advise you to the screen right here. The first match kicking it off, and this is the order we're doing it. 4 matches on each episode. Part 1, we have the Internet Championship ladder match. Same way we kicked it off last year. Doing it this year.
And that's the way they kicked it off at WrestleMania is when me and Christian were kids, at least. It would be for the Money in the Bank briefcase, but we had Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Matt Riddle had that briefcase, and Kairi Sane is cashing in her briefcase today at WrestleMania. But, instead of a briefcase, it's going to be the Internet Championship. The Internet Championship basically was guys that have the opportunity that they can't really get involved in with maybe the main event scene or the mid-card scene, and it was recommended by you guys, the fans, where, maybe Shelton Benjamin could be the Internet Champion, which he was for a good amount of time. People like Daniel Bryan, Gargano, Miz. There were so many Internet Champions, it literally floated back and forth from Raw to SmackDown. And it stayed on Raw for a while, went back to SmackDown. It was literally insanity. It's honestly probably one of my favorite championships on our universe mode, to be honest. Because it's kind of like a TV title, but it's the Internet Championship, or the AllOfTheAboveEnt Championship, whatever I want to call it. But, it's going to start off WrestleMania, and it's going to be a ladder match. involving 6 people, 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown. My 3 are Dolph Ziggler, the former WWE champion, in this season's Universe mode. One of the most underrated wrestlers in my opinion, and one of my favorites. Drew McIntyre, the current WWE champion in real life, but former Internet champion in this universe, and Daniel Bryan, multiple-time WWE champion, former Internet champion in this year's Universe mode as well.
My 3 are all Internet champions or former Internet champions. We got, obviously, the Internet champion himself, Bret the Hitman Hart, who has been unbeatable since he has debuted in this Universe mode. Of course, he won his contract on Monday Night Raw by beating Velveteen Dream, and he cleared Velveteen Dream, Tommaso Ciampa, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Shelton Benjamin. The list can go on, and he's only had like a quarter of a Universe mode. So remember, guys, we do have protected picks, which we might get into a little later, preferably with the next match. But Bret Hart might be a protected pick for Monday Night Raw this year if he can win this match right here. Then my 2 other people were one match away, one win away from a championship shot of the choosing. Of course, with the Internet Championship, if you defend it 4 times, you get a beautiful title shot at whatever title you want. Tag team, United States, Intercontinental, Universal, WWE, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Andrade and Rey Mysterio were 1 match away.
Honestly, if you think about it, it could have been real interesting for Andrade or Rey because they could have been involved in a World Heavyweight Championship match
by now
on this show. You never know. Maybe they used that opportunity at the last pay-per-view of this season at WrestleMania. It could have been Andrade versus Aleister Black for all we know. Or it could have been Ricochet, Aleister Black, and Andrade in a triple threat match for that Universal Championship. But
Absolutely.
He's still on WrestleMania. Same thing with Rey, and obviously the Internet champion, Bret the Hitman Hart. Honestly, I think it's a great way to start off WrestleMania. We did it last season as well. And whoever wins stays on either Raw or SmackDown with that one floating championship we do share.
With that being said, also, I want to get to this next match. Oh, who are you going to be?
I'm probably going to be Dolph Ziggler.
I'm Andrade. I'm announcing that. That's what I meant to say.
Either Dolph or Drew, but probably Dolph because I really like using him.
For our next match, we have Seth Rollins versus Andrade, and this is where the protected picks come in. Because whoever wins is a protected superstar on that brand. So, Jesse, Johnny Gargano representing you, Seth Rollins representing you. Seth Rollins representing me.
Great match.
What do you think about Johnny Gargano's year? Let's not go too in-depth because we're trying to keep it short. But what do you think about Johnny Gargano's year and what next year could possibly do for him if you got him protected?
Honestly, if he wins against Seth Rollins tonight, I'll probably have him be the number 1 contender either for against Fiend or Roman. I'm announcing that.
For next season?
Yeah. Because I know a lot of people have complained about Gargano not getting an opportunity, at least a United States Championship. But the thing is, I kind of lost, all the opponents Gargano won against and beat. But he's beaten a lot of guys like Matt Riddle, Drew, Daniel Bryan. The list goes on. He's beaten a lot of top-tier guys, and that you could either be in the mid-card or the main card. But to me, Gargano against Seth Rollins is just crazy because Seth Rollins is a former Universal Champion on this season. And Gargano was Universal Champion on the 2K19 season, so it's like the top 2 guys on the brand going at it, and whoever wins stays on the brand. And if Gargano could beat Seth Rollins, one, that's his biggest victory of the season, and him against The Fiend, which would be crazy, or Malo or Roman Reigns for Season 2 to start off, it's a great match. So I'm hoping Gargano could pull through. I hope he could stay on my roster, and he could get a championship opportunity come Season 2.
Absolutely. Seth Rollins obviously had a great year, at least a great beginning of the year for Monday Night Raw. Former Universal Champion, has some matches of the year with Aleister Black. And let's keep it real, had a very, very strong start and kind of fizzled out near the end. Lost to Bret Hart. I feel like he lost to one more. Well, he took 2 losses to Aleister Black, so that started hurting him.
I think Andrade beat him as well, if I'm correct.
Maybe even Andrade. You might be right about that. It's really getting to a point where maybe Seth Rollins, maybe he needs even a change. Maybe SmackDown is what he needs. But to me, what he showed me in the beginning of the year, I need that for next year. And that is a hell of a person to have protected along with Ricochet, possibly Aleister Black, possibly Well, I already got Mustache Mountain protected.
Yeah, you
I
have
can have a
Kofi.
strong start.
You have
Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
So I think he could be a strong list of protected superstars if I can win this match. And obviously I will be him and Jesse will be Johnny. Right, I don't want to... You know what? As part of tuning in for the pre-show, I guess you guys get to see the attires a little bit. Undertaker versus Velveteen Dream. This is a Raw match. This is the first real Raw match of the day. How did we get here? Well, Velveteen Dream, who has had a rocky 2020, 2019, I know that's when we started it, in general 2K20 universe mode, but he has delivered a few, I don't know, I would call them like almost moments. He almost had the title for the United States Championship against Tyler Bate. He almost won the Fatal 4-Way at Survivor Series, the Survivor Third match. He almost did a lot, and he cut a promo a few weeks ago saying that he wants to solidify and have a moment, and no other moment's bigger than a WrestleMania moment, and he called out Undertaker.
Yeah, the greatest WrestleMania performer, hands down. Man has only lost 3 times, according to our universe mode as well. Lost to Roman Reigns, he lost to Brock Lesnar, and he lost to Aleister Black last season. Last time we saw Undertaker before this season was obviously at WrestleMania. He came at Royal Rumble, and then Velveteen Dream, his dream was to have a WrestleMania moment, and he called out no other than Undertaker. So he's in a lot of trouble here tonight. I do think the dream is going to be vanished really, really quick. And Undertaker,
he's meeting his nightmare today.
Yeah, Undertaker. I'm going to be Undertaker. Obviously, he's going to be Velveteen Dream because he's on his roster and I'm controlling the legend. But it is a rookie versus a legend, and I always like those kind of matches because it could put over the rookie or it could solidify the legend being the man still. You know what I mean? And no other than Undertaker, and I hope he pulls out a victory here today.
Many questioned if Undertaker would even pop out. And
yeah, I didn't think he would have had a match this season, to be honest. Or this year in this game.
And people were asking for it, but even when Dream called him out, it was like, ha 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 ha, you haven't won a match. And I to this day, I don't think Dream has won a match in this universe mode. And until Kane. He said, Undertaker, put me through your rings of fire, and he gave him the guy of fire himself, Kane. Then the following week, he said, you know what, I think I deserve Undertaker to at least see him face-to-face. Who came out again? Kane. But he did get to see Undertaker face-to-face because the lights went out.
The dong hit.
Kane disappeared. And he was on the receiving end of a chokeslam and, if I'm right, a tombstone.
And then he taunted him with the classic on the knee and then hands up to the sky. Pretty much solidifying, like, yeah, I want you at Mania. I've been training. I'm ready. And hopefully Undertaker could get one more win because last season he lost to Aleister Black.
Well, I hope the Dream is putting his hands together and praying to the sky to get out of this one today. But for our main event of part number 1, you guys see it. It's going to be... Jesse, you know what? You take over.
Yeah. Plain and simple, guys. Sister Abigail. She came into this year as Liv Morgan, a member of Riot Squad, but I completely redid her character because Sister Abigail, to me, is another version of The Fiend. It is the brother to The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. They obviously tangle a relationship together. They have the same entrance, the same music, same finishers. They're literally brother and sister. And Liv Morgan, Dead Morgan, she is Sister Abigail. She's defending that SmackDown Women's Championship that she beat Becky Lynch for months back and defended against her and pretty much beat everybody in that division except Toni Storm. But Toni Storm obviously isn't on the card today, but we have Sister Abigail going against Rhea Ripley, who she did beat at Royal Rumble and defended that title, so she's used to Rhea Ripley, but she is not used to Ronda Rousey because Ronda Rousey was on Monday Night Raw. She won at the hands of me being her at Royal Rumble, so with me winning at Royal Rumble with Ronda Rousey, I pretty much stole Ronda Rousey for free. She is the Royal Rumble winner, so she is going to main event part 1. We kind of wanted to involve the whoever wins Royal Rumble main events a part of our WrestleMania show. And the reason why Rhea Ripley is still involved in this match, guys, because at In Your House, Rhea Ripley beat Ronda Rousey in a one-on-one match after Ronda Rousey and Rhea Ripley had a draw a few weeks before the In Your House pay-per-view. So It's a triple threat match. It's Rhea Ripley, former contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship, the champion, obviously, Sister Abigail, and the Royal Rumble winner, Ronda Rousey. Whoever wins is a protected champion on my roster. Will it be Sister Abigail? Will it be Rhea? Or will it be Ronda Rousey?
Crazy match, man. I'm excited to see this, and we never talked about this. If Ronda doesn't win, do I get her back? Well, I guess she's up for drafts anyways. But
yeah, she's up
what
for
member of the
Velveteen.
roster is she officially on SmackDown? Yes, I think she is. Right?
If she wins the championship, yeah.
But I'm saying if she doesn't win.
She's available to draft.
But if she doesn't get drafted, which I don't know if she wouldn't get drafted.
Well, it's Ronda Rousey, you know. But if she doesn't win, yeah, she's available. If you want to draft her separate, or if you want to draft BWA, that's up to you.
That's very true.
You know what I mean?
About that.
But yeah,
this is gonna be fun.
If she wins today, I don't think I'm gonna be Ronda Rousey today. It's gonna kill me to be Rhea or Sister Abigail. I still don't know who I'm gonna be, to be honest. But whoever wins that match on the screen is going to be a protected champion on Friday Night SmackDown. So, who is going to represent my ladies as that singles champion? Is it going to be Rhea? Is it going to be Ronda? Or is it going to be Sister Abigail? I can't wait to see it. I honestly think that match might steal the entire show.
That is such a interesting ploy because we have to play with the aspect of next year.
Yeah.
So not only do we gotta think who are we best at to get a win to add on to our tally for the night, because obviously whoever wins the most matches gets the first pick of next year's draft. We also got to think, all right, who do I want the most for next year?
Yep, that's the way I'm
Ronda?
thinking.
Do I want to protect Liv? Do I want to protect Rhea? It's a crazy option. It's crazy things on the table.
That's the way I'm looking at it. Because,
it's gonna go crazy.
One, I have to obviously protect my champions. Two, obviously I want to win the most matches at WrestleMania so I could get that first pick, because a few weeks ago when I traded for Brock Lesnar, I lost a draft pick. Remember that? Remember that deal? So if I get the first pick and say I get Sister Abigail as my champion, or Rhea or Ronda, either or, I'm going to get the first pick if I win all the, not all the Mania matches, but most of them, and I could have one of these three badass women as my champion. I think it's going to be pretty good for Friday Night SmackDown going into Season 2.
Very true, very true. And to kick off Part 2, we also got this SmackDown match here, Jesse. Speaking of people you want to protect, speaking of titles, let's talk about it. Undisputed Era versus Rated RKO.
Man.
The champions.
I want to start with Edge, because Edge, going into the season, he was my WWE champion.
That's true.
He was the main event champion. He's a legend. Obviously, he got that one more reign as the WWE champion. And then Fiend came out of nowhere from the darkness and was pretty much the WWE champion the entire season. Even though he lost and got it back, but he's still the WWE champion. He's going to be in the last part for WrestleMania against Malo. And, man, Edge, honestly, I think it was the best thing to happen to him was the Rookie Killer Orton, which I made into a great character. I think it's probably a better character than Legend Killer, to be honest, but that's just me. Edge and Randy Orton together, Rated RKO, was a team from Ruthless Aggression. Obviously, they were the tag team champions. I think they were the undisputed champions as well. I think they had both titles, the SmackDown and the Raw.
Maybe at the time, I'm not too sure.
But they were a perfect heel team, and that's exactly what they are now. Rated RKO, Rookie Killer Orton literally went through Matt Riddle, Street Profits, literally every rookie on my roster, and now Undisputed Era, the number one contenders, the guys that won at Survivor Series against the club, including AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Luke and Carl Anderson. Man, it's going to be a crazy, crazy match. It's literally like you said a few weeks ago, Rated RKO is making Undisputed kind of like the faces of this match, but in this universe, they're both heels.
I said the opposite. I think Undisputed Era makes Rated RKO look like faces.
I thought you said the opposite. Okay.
No.
My apologies there.
They're assholes.
But yeah, literally both of these teams are heels, but Rated RKO, they have the tag team championships. They beat the Street Profits for the titles months ago, beat them repetitively, and honestly, if they win tonight, they could be up for tag team of the year.
Oh, that's a very true case. I don't think Undisputed Era can be, just because they caught the steam a little late.
But they caught it at the right time.
All the right time.
Yeah, exactly.
As we're going to go into some more matches later, but I'm interested to see what this one pans out to be. I'm obviously got to see who Jesse's going to be, because that could only be another option.
I still don't know.
But
I'm
will
lost.
Edge, who was protected last year, be also protected this year? We know how good Jesse is with Randy Orton. Can get real interesting. Can get very interesting.
And just a disclaimer, whoever, obviously, I think we said this before, but whoever wins the championships and the championship matches stays on the rosters. It's just plain and simple.
Automatically protected.
Yeah.
Speaking of some champions, we got 3 champions in this next match, although they are on different sides of the ball game. My tag team match of my own this year, a 3-on-3 New Day versus for one night only. Cause don't know if they're gonna all be together next year. British Strong Style. We got Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, the Master Bate, Trent Seven against Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E. Of course, Mustache Mountain are your Raw Tag Team Champions, and Kofi Kingston up there for Superstar of the Year, goddammit. Intercontinental Champion, has been killing it all year.
Matches
Can he kill it for one more match in this season when we got a 3-on-3? This all started when Kofi Kingston, who was slated for Mania regardless, said, I know that they want me at Mania. I know they want me defending my Intercontinental title. But it'll be selfish of me to not have my brothers with me in a match with me. So either you have all of us or you have none of us, and that's the final offer.
Yeah.
So I said, hold the phone. Called up Pete Dunne. Called up Trent Seven. Called up Tyler Bate. And look at this beautiful magic we got right here. This could be, and it's a tornado tag, so that's just going to be even spicier. This is going to go crazy. Can't wait to see. I hope all these matches live up to the hype, but this one particularly, because I love using Tyler, I love using Pete, and I love using Trent Seven. Obviously, I think all my skin in the game is on them. I'm going to beat them for sure.
Okay, so I wore this New Day for sure for a reason.
There he goes, Jesse.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
So I'm going to be New Day. I'm great with Kofi Kingston in the game. He could be, honestly, Superstar of the Year. Man just puts on matches of the year. He beat Pete Dunne a few weeks ago. Had great matches with Mustafa Ali. Had a great match with Roman Reigns at Clash of Champions. This man was the Intercontinental Champion the entire season. Well, not coming into this 2K20 first season. But most of this season, Kofi Kingston dominated the mid-card on Monday Night Raw. And we kind of, would you want to say we made his career better than
Not necessarily, but we gave him a great championship run.
Yeah.
And
I think that's what he needed.
The run isn't over. That's
Yeah.
the thing. He's already protected on my roster for next year. And what everybody I could draft, he could get a new slate of people to fight against. We, like you said, we've seen him fight against Ali. We've seen him fight against Pete. We've seen him fight against Elias. We've seen him fight against, can't think of any more people right now, but
there's a lot of people on.
There's been a few.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on Monday Night Raw that Kofi didn't go against. Like, oh, he did beat Finn Balor too. I remember that. But Kofi can go.
Did he beat AJ? He might have.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he beat AJ too. Yeah. Oh damn.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot about that one.
He did.
But Kofi, he could go against a lot of people on Monday Night Raw still that he didn't go against, like, for example, like Seth Rollins, Keith Lee, like these people.
Kevin Owens, Ricochet.
Yeah, these people can test Kofi Kingston, and if Kofi Kingston can beat them, man, he might be the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
You could certainly head to that next season, Jesse. But let's talk about this season and stay on this season. We have one of the more marquee matches of today's show, or tomorrow's show, however you want to view this. Matt Riddle versus Brock Lesnar in a special stipulation that Paul Heyman announced. It's a steel cage, and it's 2 out of 3 falls, knockouts only. I really don't know what signifies as a knockout.
I'd probably, if you hit him with
a finisher and a little more.
Well, it could honestly be anything, because like if say Matt Riddle gets hit by an F5 and then it doesn't knock him out, and then Brock Lesnar strikes him, or like a German suplex, like some random strike could knock Matt Riddle out. It's kind of like not like a MMA fight, but anything could really happen, because an F5 might not knock out Matt Riddle. It could be a simple jab, it could be a simple German suplex, it could be whatever.
It's going to be a real testament to these people's chins. Obviously, both UFC fighters, it came down to the fact that Paul Heyman said, hey, Matthew Riddle left MMA to go be a part of WWE. My client did the opposite. He got tired of beating people's ass in the ring, so he said, let's move to the octagon and see what I could do, and he became a world champion over there as well.
Yep. And then he came back and became a multiple champion in real life. And
one of the most historic careers in WWE. He's probably one of the better careers in MMA.
Yeah.
Probably, what, top 50?
he's not a true martial artist, but yeah, if you look at his resume,
if you look at the ticket sellers, he was a ticket over there.
yeah,
at least.
he was a big draw. Brought in pay-per-views, brought in money. Honestly, I think when I think of Brock Lesnar, I think he's one of the greatest athletes of all time.
That's
football.
That could be very possible.
Played. He was in WWE, UFC. Played football. He was a NCAA world champion. Come on now. Brock Lesnar is one of the greatest athletes of all time. You can call him a cheater. You can call him whatever you want, but when you look at his resume and you appreciate Brock Lesnar for who he is, in my opinion, I think he's a little underrated because he's one of the greatest athletes
Well,
ever.
Jesse, speaking of who he is, have you decided who you will be?
I don't know.
To be a?
Yeah, to be announced. I like Matt Riddle. He was the former briefcase holder, former WWE champion in this universe. But yeah, I don't know. Do I want the bro to be the bigger beast? And do I want him to go into season 2 with that under his belt and maybe get him back into contention for that WWE championship? Who knows? I don't know. Because either of these men could be stolen. Because this is not for a title match.
Mm-hmm.
He could steal Matt Riddle.
Unprotected superstars.
Yeah, these are both unprotected superstars no matter what. He could take both. He could take Brock Lesnar and Matt Riddle. He could take Brock back. Doesn't matter. But going into season 2, yeah, this match is a big victory for either or. So.
Well, Jesse, the main event of part 2 is another Royal Rumble winner. It is the King of the Ring. It is the Cruiserweight Champion. Let's talk about Superstars of the Year, because let's talk about it. This is the battle for Superstar of the Year. Aleister Black with the resume that he has. Seth Rollins, few times. Samoa Joe. He has beat Fiend. He has beat... You said Finn? He beat Finn? He might have beat Finn. Probably.
Brock.
Probably beat Finn. He beat Brock.
Beat Undertaker at WrestleMania last season.
He pinned AJ Styles at Elimination Chamber. I don't know if they had a one-on-one since.
Nope.
But
nope, I don't think so. He won that Fatal 4-Way.
Oh, he just won the Fatal 4-Way, and he
Ricochet,
pinned Ricochet.
AJ, and Finn.
He has such an impressive resume. He has had so many crazy opponents and has brought it to all of them. Excited to see what he could bring for me tonight. But he's going up against, I said the track record on Ricochet is incredible. King of the Ring winner. He's still the Cruiserweight Champion. Let's not forget about that. He is protected for next season regardless because he has that title. But he can go into next season 2 belts with the crown.
Yeah. And he's...
And the Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah, and he's headlining one of the parts for WrestleMania. And yeah, he won Royal Rumble as well. Yeah, Ricochet, we know how to book him on this universe. I don't know about real life, but he's a superstar in this universe mode. So.
Both of these guys are superstars, and honestly, I don't even care who wins. I just want a show.
Yeah.
I want a 30-minute match. I want what he put on with Ali. I want what Aleister Black put on with Seth Rollins. But we seen Aleister Black squash Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. That's what I'm afraid of, because since these guys are so damn good and they're so even, they were in NXT together, they trained together, they had the farewell match together against Viking Raiders in real life. I'm talking, but yeah, these guys literally trained. They sweat together, blood, tears, all that, and the fact that they're going to be in a match together for the first time ever for the Universal Championship, and who takes home Superstar of the Year for Season 1 of 2K20. I think this match has the most stipulations. It's only a regular one-on-one match.
Well, it's for the championship, but
yeah,
it is, yes, one-on-one, but it's just huge.
Yeah.
Aleister Black, I might have a perfect world where Aleister Black is protected, Ricochet is protected. Of course, all my favorite superstars I will have for next season.
Yeah.
So
and he has more protected superstars than me. The only 2 I have protected as of right now is just Sasha and Bayley, who I have big plans for.
Well, you have more championships on the line tonight.
That's very true. So
I don't have my tag team championship on the line or Intercontinental. Either way, you're going to have basically just as much, unless whatever swings. The Internet Championship is going to be the defining one, because we have three. We have 3 floating titles.
I have 1.
Cruiserweight that I got. The women's tag team title that you got, those are solidified. Internet Championship is up for grabs. So let's see who has the more protected superstars tonight.
Yeah.
But that's the end of part 2 that will be dropping Sunday, July 19th. I think that's the date. They're all floating in my head. But to kick off part 3, god damn, Jesse, you're fighting, and then it's John Cena and Adam Cole. How do you feel going into this match?
To be announced, I don't know who I'm going to be. Adam Cole, the United States Champion. This man has been on fire ever since Survivor Series. He won a Survivor Series against the original club, Finn, AJ, Carl, and Luke Gallows. He didn't finish the match by winning, but he is the leader of Undisputed Era. He is the United States Champion. He beat John Cena a few weeks ago to become the #1 contender. In that match, it was supposed to be Braun, John Cena, and Adam Cole, but Roderick Strong and the rest of Undisputed Era took out the bigger man. And that's exactly why we're having the matchup tonight, because that was supposed to be the matchup weeks ago. So I just put it on the biggest card of the year at WrestleMania. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. Braun Strowman beat Roderick Strong in your house, becoming the #1 contender for the United States Championship. And he was pissed off that Undisputed Era attacked him, so he's going to hit a United States Championship match against the leader of Undisputed Era.
We did see Adam Cole go up against John Cena for that #1 contender shot.
Yeah, and Cole squashed him.
Buried him.
He looked amazing. And
but ever since that, we've seen John Cena coming back with a little bit of fire, beat Braun Strowman, look great in that tag team match.
Yep.
This is a John Cena-like thing to do, to kind of have his head down all year.
Yep.
To be down in the dirt, to rise when it counts, rise in Mania when it matters.
Yeah, big match,
and
John.
walk away. Like, you call him big match. It's not bigger than WrestleMania.
Exactly.
This could be his time to get that United States belt, kick off next season right, and possibly end next season with another world championship that would put him over Ric Flair.
Yeah. Yeah, the plan is, guys, I don't know if I'm going to be John Cena, but yeah, that's honestly been my goal. Had Cena last year, got him this season in, the Survive and Thrive match. My goal is, the things I would love to see in real life, obviously Cena beat Ric Flair's record, and I would love to do it in a video game on recording for you guys too. It'd be a really cool moment, but he's going to have to go through Braun Strowman again, and Adam Cole, the United States Champion. Whoever wins this match is going to be my United States Champion going into Season 2. And this could be match of the night. I don't know.
Every match could be match of the night.
It could be, yeah.
Every match could be match of the night, including this one right here. AJ Styles versus Finn Balor.
I think I saw this. This was only a one-time thing.
It was a one-time thing and didn't have build to it.
No.
This time it has build. We've seen AJ Styles recruit Finn Balor over. We keep mentioning Survivor Series. We've seen them team up, and Finn Balor had turned over with that new energy, with that new almost turn of the face. He has got some victories. He went from not picking up any wins to being, I can't say unbeatable, but I don't think he has lost since picking up the club and running with that baton.
No.
And for a while, we've seen AJ Styles and Finn Balor doing great things as a tag team, maybe even putting them in the tag team scene, beating Viking Raiders, beating other teams of that stature. But we didn't see the club.
No.
So it was always kind of iffy. The club didn't really have the best year.
They were always like top of the division, but they could never get that moment where they're solidified as the #1 contenders.
And
they had great matches with New Day. I remember they had great matches with other teams on Monday Night Raw.
Well,
but
they were on par to have a great match with Aleister Black and Ricochet.
Yep.
And then we saw Finn Balor turn his back on AJ Styles, hit him with one of his 1916s, and then watch the end result of the match, which was a black mass into
a
pinfall. And then he came out the next week saying that AJ Styles couldn't hold up his weight of the bargain. Finn Balor did. And
it's true.
And he said, like any club, when you don't hold up your weight, you get kicked out.
Yeah. And it's true because AJ Styles, he's kind of broken in the game. He can't reverse anything. Finn Balor.
He mentioned that, too.
Yeah. Finn Balor was winning matches. The club was standby and watching it as well. And Finn was probably telling them backstage, like, hey, like, AJ, I don't think he's the leader anymore. I think it could be me.
Well, I thought... I was wondering myself, is he speaking for Carl Anderson? Is he speaking for Luke Gallows? And find out that he absolutely was. Because we saw last week on Raw, it happened during the whole show.
Yeah.
Carl Anderson went, shook AJ Styles' hand, had a good conversation. Seemed like it was all buddy-buddy. Luke Gallows did the same. And then right before the Fatal 4-Way, one of the biggest matches in Raw's history in this universe, AJ Styles got attacked from behind by who else? Anderson and Gallows. So all that was for nothing. It looks like AJ Styles is now on his own.
So would you kind of consider that like a double turn? Do we see Finn and the club become the heels and AJ
yeah,
the face now?
I think that's exactly what it is.
Okay, cool.
I think that's exactly what it is. And Jesse, if you could tell by my pillow to the right of me, or maybe in the video to the left of me, you think you know who I'm going to be.
Yeah. I'm going to be the broken man, AJ Styles. So,
well,
it's going to be interesting.
Let's see. Can he respond back?
I love using AJ. I love using Finn, too. So, it's going to be a great match.
It's going to be interesting. Obviously, no protections on here, so this is going to be interesting. Maybe if AJ Styles or Finn Balor looks good, they will come on your radar for next season if they aren't already. Oh, for
sure, yeah.
So,
I had both of them last season.
I can't wait to see how this plays out, how this goes down. But Jesse, we're creeping up to like 32 minutes in the post show, so let's finish up with the last two matches of the evening.
My last, right?
Yeah,
last two. My last SmackDown match of this season. Yes, it is The Fiend defending his WWE Championship against Roman Reigns or Malo. I know people still ask why it was Malo. Malo means rain in Samoan dictionary, I believe. I don't know if you want to call it that. But we renamed him that because we paired him up with Authors of Pain. The reason why I did that was because one Christian gave me the idea. It wasn't like a Shield 2.0 because, yeah, they all have the Juggernaut kind of stuff. But I wanted a third edition to the Authors of Pain because going into this season, they were my tag team champions. And I wanted Roman, the face of the WWE in today's world, to be that guy that steps them further to that tag team dominance. They lost the championships immediately to Street Profits.
That's how you know nothing's scripted.
Yeah, it didn't work.
In real life, if we were sitting down and booking and predetermining everything, we would have pushed them to the moon.
Oh yeah,
But they could only go as far as they're. We not that we allow them to, but when we got the controls in our hands, it allows us to.
Yeah, it's a video game, guys. Anything could happen. If you pin me 1, 2, 3, winner gets booked, gets pushed, all that. But
you talked about AOP having the championships, and now obviously that went downhill. We saw Roman Reigns with the United States Championship.
Yep. Beat people like Braun Strowman, Mark Henry.
It automatically brings that faction at a high.
Exactly.
Now with the WWE Championship, that puts you to the moon.
Yeah.
That might give AOP an immediate tag team match.
Yes.
That comes with, like Io Shirai says, championships carry power.
Yep. I agree. Because whoever wins this match, they're my WWE champion going into season 2, but can we see Roman become the top guy of the company? Because the entire season, he did not challenge once for the WWE Championship. It's kind of crazy. And The Fiend picked him out. He kind of realized, like, Roman isn't the same ever since he put that mask on. So
he said that Roman hides behind the mask where the Fiend takes pride in it.
Because Fiend is the WWE champion. This season alone, I think he was a 3-time WWE champion. That shows dominance. The fact that he could lose something and then work his ass off and get it right back and become the co-main event going against the top dog of the company in WWE. If The Fiend wins tonight, it's the biggest win in his career at WrestleMania. He's the WWE champion going into season 2. But if Malo or Roman Reigns wins, that puts him right where he left off years ago when he was the top of the company.
Obviously, whoever wins this is protected. And Fiend said to himself, he said whoever wins this is the face of SmackDown Live. And he loves the face to have a mask.
Honestly, you could argue that if Fiend wins tonight, he's the face of WWE.
It's up there.
It's arguable.
Yeah, except Aleister Black laid him out. Neither here nor there.
That's true.
Neither here nor there. But this is going to be an interesting match, Jesse. We didn't even mention that last week on SmackDown Live, they were fighting in hell. I don't know where it was.
I don't know where it was. Where were we? Scotland, I think?
Yeah, it was in like a Scotland dungeon basement thing. It was somewhere in their arena, possibly. It was Fiend's house.
Fiend was on his knees praying to the gods, the demons up above.
Or demons.
And out of nowhere, Malo comes up behind him and starts attacking him. They hit spears on each other. Claw, Sister Abigail, they were going at it. I'm glad it wasn't in a ring because it's going to be in hell in a cell today.
They went from fighting in a hell, literally in a pit, wherever the hell they were, to fighting in the WWE version of hell, with a cage, and with chaos, and with a whole bunch of things that now one man wants to go through. So
and
they're
the
gonna need
Fiend,
that mask.
and the Fiend is
they might be bleeding.
real knowledgeable of being in Hell in the Cell's matches because he's been in one this season. He did actually lose at SummerSlam to Dolph Ziggler in a Hell in a Cell match, so maybe that's a good stipulation for Roman or Malo here today. But I think the Fiend is ready to become the face of WWE, and more importantly, the face and the WWE champion of Friday Night SmackDown going into Season 2.
Absolutely, Jesse, absolutely. With the final match of the night, I think we discredited the woman a little bit by only having 2 matches on the card, but in my opinion, they have the biggest match on the card. This was the storyline I was trying to brew all year.
Until
I say it all the time. You guys can go back and watch the draft video, our first episode. He drafted Io Shirai. I said, damn, she was on my must-want list because I had this match in mind for the very beginning because of all the history these 3 women have together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I made it happen perfectly. Of course, we know Asuka, Kairi Sane, they were tag team champions threat in the beginning of the year. Looking great, finally getting that momentum, and they had that momentum at TLC. But then, Kairi Sane was laid out by Tamina.
Out of all people.
It was weird. It didn't even feel right. Kairi Sane beat her ass a few weeks after, and she still said it didn't feel right, and she was searching for answers. That answer came in the form of Io Shirai, who replaced her that night at TLC, won the championships with Asuka, and then, I'm not going to say turned her back on Asuka, but as soon as they lost the title, was due for a rematch, Io Shirai jumped up and said, okay, I got my name buzzing on Raw, let me put myself in that main title scene, and took over Bianca Belair's belt, which Bianca Belair was the most dominant woman champion we had all year.
Mm-hmm. And Sister Abigail.
Yeah, I guess we could put her over Sister Abigail for that reason. But, and we end up finding out that Io Shirai put the hit on Tamina. Of course, Kairi Sane has a briefcase in her hands, ready to cash in at any moment. She chooses to wait on it.
Mm-hmm.
She sees Io Shirai win the championship.
Asuka became the number 1
Asuka
contender.
beats Kairi Sane for a number 1 contendership.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be Asuka. It's supposed to be Io Shirai at Mania. And then 3 weeks ago, in the beginning of the WrestleMania build, Kairi Sane says, I'm officially announcing that I am cashing in at Money in the Bank. This is going to get real. We finally saw Io Shirai and Kairi Sane last week.
Mm-hmm.
And
Asuka won.
we didn't get to see it finish. I'm talking about, well, we saw Asuka versus
okay.
Io, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And Asuka won that. Then we saw Io and Kairi Sane, and that went on for maybe 7 minutes. We did not get to see it finish. Io Shirai sprayed that green mist. This mist that she sprayed into Asuka, the mist she now sprayed into Kairi Sane, and got herself disqualified. Luckily, today's match is Extreme Rules, so everything is legal, up for grabs, and can be used against your whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. Against your will. That's the word I was looking for.
There you go.
It's going to be a hell of a show. We're closing it like this. Who will be protected? Who will go out when the fireworks explode? Who will be the last picture we see of the season? Will it be Asuka? Will it be Kairi? Will it be Io Shirai? I have no clue. What I do know is this is 12 matches, and this is a hell of a card, hell of a show. This will be headlining part 3 of WrestleMania. And when that is done, that will be dropping Monday. We'll have a post-show to you probably a few days after. A week after that, our award show, who is the Superstar of the Year, Team of the Year, Match of the Year,
Rivalry of the Year.
Rivalry of the Year.
All the
Steal of the Draft of the Year.
Tag Team of the Year.
So many things. And a week after that, we'll probably go into a little bit of details about next season's, the draft, and all that. A week after that, we have our big shake-up, our big draft, and then we get right going. Season 2. We'll give us like a play in the game at least. We give us like a 2-3 week break, which is probably well needed.
Yeah, especially with how the game is still.
But we're going to be prepping because we're going to have to be downloading a lot of Superstars, Jesse, I assume.
Yeah.
Have some creations up for next year's grab.
Everyone's available. Legends, AEW, literally everybody, man. As long as they look real. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to draft Damian Priest if he looks like completely like someone else. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Damian Priest is not on my board. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I actually saw how he looked, and he looked bad.
So thank you. At least he's agreed. He's agreeing.
But yeah, guys, with all that being said, we're going to close off the pre-show, and we hope, and we say once again, please tune in to WrestleMania when we have it dropping July 18th, 2 p.m. premiering Eastern.
Part 1.
Part 1. Part 2, Sunday, July 19th, 2 p.m. Eastern premiering. Monday, I think I'm saying 4 p.m. Eastern, July 20, whatever date we're at, you get the gist. Please, Jesse, how can they find that thing?
Ring the bells, guys. Click that bell notification next to our All the Above account. When you click that, you get all of our new uploads soon as they get posted. Our live streams whenever we go live, and our community our community posts. I'm sorry, as well, to get notified of behind the scenes what we're doing with posts involving Universe Mode, etc. In other words, guys, we're gonna record this amazing show, and it's gonna take probably over 3 hours.
It's gonna be a long one.
Pray for us. I got my green tea over there, and I'm ready to hopefully get the first pick and win.
You ready?
Most of these matches. My hands are sweaty, so we'll do a dab.
You got it. Either way, I don't care what it is.
Yeah, we don't have masks on. We're fine. We're COVID free. And
wipe your face.
WrestleMania is about to be recorded. I'm not wiping my face. But yes, WrestleMania will be recorded. Pray for us. It's gonna be a long recording day. And
with that being said,
we'll catch you on.
Catch you on the other side of the universe.
Peace.